I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello, my name is Dane Miller.
And I'm Mal Spain, and we're your fuck buddies.
We are a sex and dating advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
Simply put, we're two boys standing in front of an audience, helping them with sex and dating advice by finding questions either roaming the internet or sent in by our wonderful listeners. And I think this week, while we're looking forward to a new year, we're going to look back at this year. It's a little fuck buddies year in review, 2024 for me and you.
I realized that I think this is the first time we've done this on the main feed. I think this is usually our December Patreon content.
Well, shit. Okay,
Yeah.
call off, cut it.
Which
Yo,
is
let's give them a taste.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
give
it's
'em a taste.
exciting. I think it's we did a different thing on Patreon this year. We looked at
We're going to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that in a second. You shut your mouth.
all right,
Are you ready?
sure.
We're starting with our look back at our year, Dane. Do you have anything to say about your conduct this year? First of all, shut up again. Cheers.
Cheers. I realized when I was getting my whiskey, I was like, I kind of want ice. I would like this to be extra refreshing. And I realized that it will be like an audio nightmare. But I
Yeah.
was like, this is for me. This episode is for
you.
us.
That's your problem now.
Yeah. And I was like, if someone doesn't want to hear the jingle jangles of my ice cubes in a drink, this week, they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, we're working. It's the 26th, the day after Christmas. I've been working all day, and we just came home and decided to do more work. So, God, we gotta stop complaining on our podcast. We gotta. How do you find your year? How do you think this year went?
In what sense? In our sense, or just like in
Not
general?
globally. Not globally. The podcast.
Because as a whole, I think it was a pretty bad
The
year.
podcast. I said no more complaining.
We had a great year, I think.
Yeah.
We did our first international show, our first show outside of the borders of Canada. Also, just our first show outside.
True. Yeah. Outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a blast. I think the Camp Halcyon show was a huge highlight for me. It was a really, really great time. We met some incredible people. I think
Made a lot of friends, had a blast.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I would love to do more. So if you're listening to this and you own a cool company that does cool things and want cool boys to do cool podcasts, hit us up.
Are you like the student president of a school that
fucking
organizes like things for Frosh Week or whatever? I think our show is a great fit for that kind of stuff. Like I think I would like to do some on campus stuff.
Yeah.
But
Are you just for laughs? Have us on.
have us on, coward?
We
Are you
laugh.
Are you scared of our name?
You can use us just for laughs. We don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll be your little dirty laugh sluts for a night.
We'll be your little laugh cooks.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. It was a lot of fun. How many live shows do we do this year, Dane? Off the top of your head, do you know? Because I counted them. So this is unfair. I'm throwing you
7?
under the spotlight. 9. We did 9.
9. Wow.
Yeah. Because
That's a lot.
we took 4 months off,
Yeah.
right? And then we did one extra in the States.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a cool thing that we did in review. We also did our anniversary show with 30 going on 13.
Yes.
Which was a lot of fun.
That was a
crazy
blast.
that happened this year. It feels like it happened a year or two ago.
I was talking to my partner about that recently. I feel like this year specifically
Just
was
It was twice the length of a normal
like
year.
like 2 or 3 additional years packed into it.
Well, when it was my birthday, I was like, oh, I'm turning a year like the next year. And I was like, wait, no, I'm turning this age. And I thought I was already there. So I just went back a year mentally, which is great. Because I thought I was older.
COVID fucked me up when it came to my birthday because every time we locked down, it was my birthday. So there was like 2 birthdays that I didn't really
Dane had 4 birthdays in that one year.
celebrate. So it's just like those birthdays don't exist. So I feel old, so I think I'm older, but then I'm like, I feel like I've missed those 2 birthdays. So then I end up just kind of like in between where I think I am. I honestly don't know how old I am. Like,
No, someone did ask me, and I did go like, and like it looked like I was lying or something because like I couldn't answer like off. But I think it's weirder if you can.
it's sort of like by the time I hit, I would say probably 21, because that's kind of like the last.
Yeah, this is when
important-
age kind of stops mattering.
Yeah, right. It's like now I can drink in the States and
For
like,
certain
that's,
things.
That's it. And after that, it's like it doesn't really matter. I have all the same sort of abilities and privileges of age going forward. Yeah, I think there's always been a time where I had to like really think and be like, how old am I? Like what age am I? The only other time I cared was 25 because that was my champagne birthday.
That's fair. So we did 10 shows, one abroad. We did a guest show with 30 going on 13. That was really wonderful. We also had Trevor on.
Trevor Campbell.
Who was phenomenal. Trevor Campbell. And he is...
What a crazy different vibe of show. Because I don't know if I don't think we released the 30 going on 13 show. Did we?
We definitely did.
Did we? That's unhinged. Like the show we did with them was one of the wildest experiences where I like, there is a point in time where I do have to like stop. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, they were just doing the mime.
I did feel like that almost the entire time, and I want to make it clear I'm not being shady. It was great. I had a blast.
Yes, it was a wonderful bewilderment.
Yeah, it was like watching sort of like two ethereal creatures unravel before me, and it was an incredible, like, great experience. But then
and everyone who was there had such a great time as well.
Yeah, but then we jump over to Trevor Campbell, who is like sort of a very composed, very they came with an energy of being like, I'm a guest on a show and we're gonna have a great time, and they held it together in a much different way than our darling, beautiful, wonderful pod wives, Liv and Maddie.
Different vibes, but both incredible episodes, and
Great
a lot of
shows.
fun for us personally.
Yeah.
So
Great guests.
now talking about shows, because I'm just kind of jumping around our little thing. I only have the stats for the best of the last 6 months because that's how our podcast hosts do be like. Our Spotify rep did say that our Therapy Jeff episode was the year, most listened. I get it. That was great. Also, that happened this year. Wild.
Yes.
It feels like this time last January we were talking about that. Like it feels like it wasn't that long ago, or it does feel long. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I mean, what you're saying is correct. This time last year we were talking about it.
No, but it feels like it wasn't that far away, but it also feels so long away.
Oh, see, no, it feels
fucking weird.
It feels like that happened years ago. That feels like that was our first episode we ever recorded.
So, in the last 6 months, what is our top episode, do you think?
I bet it's something to do. I bet it's name based. I bet it is like based like it's big because of the name. It sucks because I'd have to look at like a list of names. I'm gonna say I think there was one called So Much Pre-Cum, which that or like maybe one about like really good puss or something like that.
Okay. Depending, because we're both in the podcast fugue state a lot, so the pre-cum isn't even in the top 10.
Okay.
I don't know if it's even in this half of the year because it's not on this list.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I didn't check the rest. The top is our Camp Halcyon show.
Oh, hell yeah. Good guess.
So August 5th. The second is Take the Puss to Mouth Town.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's what you were talking about, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I think we also had a good puss that was a good soup reference.
Yeah.
And then the third highest is the Trevor Campbell show with Dry Kongs.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Our live shows always actually do trend pretty high.
Yeah, which is funny because typically people hate live
get
shows
weird
of
about live
podcasts.
shows.
Yeah,
so I
don't
think
know why.
that's a testament to one, the audience, the energy, us, and especially you for making sure it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean when all the tech stuff works, it's fine. Unlike the last one we did where it was just like, fuck your first episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we've only lost 2. Or I guess we lost 1 and 1 we just forgot all our shit.
We forgot all our shit.
I forgot the camera and your like cable committed suicide.
Oh yes, yeah, the fucking,
hidden episode.
The Tascam blew up, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So also this year we did some new stuff with the Patreons. We did our how-to series.
We did the how-to.
So we have a bunch of like really like dedicated episodes about like breakups, going out, picking people up, online dating. So those are really cool because it's like a little change of pace. It's not just us doing a slightly more unhinged version of the show. We're doing like kind of like specific, like strategic, tactical, surgical strikes on topics.
Yeah, because there's a lot, like we've got what, like 300, I think there's 324 or 325, I think
It's like 327.
Yeah. So it's like there's a lot of information to sift through, and if you're looking for a very specific thing, it can be difficult to find. So yeah, we figured it would be a good idea to get in there and give you a consolidated place for a very specific topic. Because one of the most common questions I get is like, what topic do you talk about? Like, what's the topic of that episode? I'm like, it's an advice show. Like it doesn't have a topic. Sometimes, rarely, there's like that magical moment where the two questions or the questions that we both brought sort of fit
kind of
into
just are vaguely in the same like theme, which I always find weird when it happens.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I also think the show would be a little less fun if we just did topics every week.
Yeah, because I think there's finite topics, right? Like I don't know, like unless we got like really granular and just be like, this is the episode about clits. This is the episode about labia. This is the episode.
Even then, it's like if a cool question that had a labia in it came up, we'd have to just bail on it.
Yeah.
And also, we wouldn't be able to take audience questions because if it didn't fit, why would we read it out? And if we're going to do half the fucking episode reading out random questions anyway, we may as well just have fun with it.
Yep.
So I think like there is a downside where if someone specifically wants something, it's a little harder to find. But the how-to series is going towards fixing that. So if you're undergoing a breakup, you know where to go. You know how to get like some advice, some commiseration, a little soothing, some direction. We got you. We also did a brand new thing, which was our Christmas movie review, which you're now allowed to talk about.
We did that. We jumped through. We kind of, I think we did a lot more recent ones. We talked about Merry Gentlemen. We talked about Hot Frosty. We did talk about Love Actually for a bit.
A little bit. Not as much as it deserves.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun thing we wanted to do. We do make a lot of pop culture references here, but we rarely like deep dive into it. And we rarely like look at the, not to step on Liv and Maddie's toes, but like looking at the sort of the popular zeitgeist of like romantic comedies and how they're viewed through the lens of like a critical eye when it comes to modern dating and sex. Because hey, a lot of them are bad.
Hey, I would say almost all of them.
I will say, you know what? I watched the Jonathan Taylor Thomas I'll Be Home for Christmas, and I was shocked at how well that movie held up in terms of Jessica Biel's character kind of taking no shit from all the men in that movie. Like there's like at one point in time she has to like hitch a ride with the like sort of like dirtbag douchebag guy who's trying to steal her away from JTT. And she straight up is like, I will fucking hit you in the throat if you make a racist joke, a homophobic joke, a misogynistic joke. And I was like, those are pretty impressive words to come out of the 90s. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. Especially if it's not played off as like this girl.
Yeah, no, she's like, again, maybe this is just watching it like now, but I was like, fuck yeah, Jessica Biel, get it. Like she holds her ground like as good as any sort of like teenage romantic comedy love interest I've ever seen, especially from the 90s.
I just watched a Hallmark movie the other day that was like really refreshing. Like no one was shit and they were all just kind of like normal, and like it wasn't like I'm ditching my incredible high paying job because we met. It was like, oh, I did get a promotion, but I can actually like work with my boss and now we can actually have a relationship. And they were like, oh, great. Like it was weird. I kept waiting for it to go south, and it never really did. It was like
there's a new
very
trend
normal, and they were nice to each other.
Yeah, there's a new trend of movies where it's just like there's no conflict. This is just a story. There isn't a single bit of.
I would love to know, is that an intentional thing? Because there's like a rise in like cozy sci-fi and fantasy right now, and it's a lot of people think it's kind of in response to like how shit everything is. Yeah, where it's like people don't want to be like, oh, cool. I'm reading some like because Grimdark was all the rage like a couple of years ago, back when things were slightly better, and then COVID hit and all this fucking other bullshit, and it's like, okay, now we're seeing more and more and more cozy. I just think it's interesting. Maybe it's to do with that. Now, I think we're going to get on to, is there anything else you want to talk about podcast-wise for the year?
I don't think so.
I want to say thanks to everybody.
Yes.
We put in a lot of work, and everyone who came to the show, everyone who supported us, whether it be listening, reviewing, telling a friend, posting about us, especially the Patreon, because, we have bills for hosting and equipment and websites and, everything. So We really appreciate that. So if you're on the fence about joining, please do. And if you want to hear something in particular from the Patreon, let us know. We're down. Like, if it's something we will have fun doing, and if it's me and Dane, we're going to have fun doing it probably anyway. And it's something you want to hear and we can help you with, fucking win-win-win. And I think it's time for Tinder Wrapped this year.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some interesting things because they always present their like year wrapped, and it's like, we know the emojis, but there's always just random shit. And I'm like, one, why? Why did you think this is an important thing to collate? And two, let's see how much of them Dane can guess. So I'm just going to go through the list. We'll talk about them.
Historically,
one of them is
very
baffling.
rarely am I good at.
Well, the emojis, it's basically just become a display of how old we are.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
Or-
like there's usually an emoji where I'm just like, what the fuck does that mean? Like we've started uploading things to YouTube Shorts, and every now and then someone will like use an emoji as like a response or like a comment. And I'm like, the fuck does that mean? I have to like Google, and I have to like 9 times out of 10, I don't even know what the emoji is, so I have to kind of be like gray circle. Like, God, I'm fucking old. This sucks.
Yeah. So, hey, what's your guess for top emoji of the year?
I mean, I feel like you got to give me a hint.
I don't even know where to start.
Okay,
Okay, well, yeah, just tell me what do you think the top emoji is, and we'll just work from there. Just if anything comes to mind, because like me giving you a hint would help you get it, but I just want to know what you think it is.
I think it's going to be like I think it's going to be the squirty emoji.
Okay, sure. That's like you're fucking 12 years off, man. Come on.
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm thinking Haktua, right?
Okay,
a very important cultural phenomena that happened, and I'm thinking,
Would we say it's important?
well, it happened. And it did take over the world for a bit.
Yeah, and then robbed it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you're going to get this one, but I will read the description.
Okay.
Young singles leaned into the playful charm with a touch of mystery of being coquette, if you even care.
Coquette. If you even
Coquettish, like, ooh.
like the emoji with like the whispering, like the shh.
No, it's
emoji?
a pink bow.
Sure.
A lot of this, I wonder, is it like global? I know it says U.S. Never mind.
That's the thing that always gets me. Like, I'm always like, oh, maybe there's like a thing in Japan that because the population is so large that, we don't have this bow. Like, maybe bow means something in another language that translates into it. But if it is U.S., then
it's apparently U.S., U.K., Canada, and Australia.
So,
now,
but I will say
it's only 4,000 people though. What if they have 4,000 fucking weirdos?
Like the surveys of 4,000 people?
Yeah,
or like
that doesn't seem like a lot.
No, especially not between like
4 fucking countries.
Yeah, and like fairly large countries. Like that's like double my high school. Like that's a pretty small fucking like
It's thousands more than my high school.
Right? Like
okay, can you I don't think you're going to guess any of these 5.
Probably not. I don't think I ever have.
Throw me out 2 more.
I think reading the description.
Okay, I'll hit you with the next one.
Yeah, give me the description and I'll try to.
So, blank emoji came up in bios reflecting a realistic take on dating. This year, people aren't afraid to acknowledge the highs and the occasional lows. And then I'll say, because let's face it, dating isn't always sunny.
It's the cloudy thunderstorm emoji.
It is the black cloud emoji.
Interesting.
Who knew that existed?
Who knew?
This one, okay. People looking for adventure-loving matches, whether it's a hike or an overseas trip. Daters are blank and ready. The blank isn't the word, but it's too obvious.
Like the suitcase emoji.
It's a backpack emoji. I'll give it to you. I'll
Okay.
give you that one. Open and honest, this emoji grew popular among those seeking openness and transparency, and no games vibe radiates from these profiles, encouraging a genuine connection from the get-go. This is the only one that I kind of understand.
Like the transparent person. Like the transparent emoji? No? Okay.
No, but I do love that because it's great. It's just a hand. Like the hand emoji, like you're putting your hand up.
Like, as in like swearing on the Bible kind of thing? Like, or like asking a question.
I would imagine like asking a question.
Okay.
Like it's just the hand.
Right.
So it's
Strange.
like,
I don't
you
know
know.
if I would discern that meaning from the hand. If someone
The example is here for real connections and then like the hand emoji.
weird. I do
Yeah.
not see a correlation between those things.
And then the last one is late night chats and thoughtful insights gave this emoji a prime spot. It became a calling card for those who value wisdom, deep conversations, and late night chats.
Is there like a meditation emoji?
No,
Is
but I
there-
feel like this one has all the clues in what I said.
Okay. Read it again for me.
I gotta figure out how I paraphrased it. Late night chats and thoughtful insights give this emoji a prime spot. It's calling card for those who value wisdom, deep conversations, and late chats. Wisdom, lateness.
Wisdom and lateness. Like a clock?
Clocks are so wise.
I mean, what's more wise than time?
An owl,
An owl.
a night owl.
Night owl. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
These are, I guess, kind of boring because there's no way you guess them. Do you think you could guess the most common first names on Tinder? I'll give you one guess for the men, one guess for the women. You get 10 points if you get either right.
Okay, can you give me the like starting letter? Because I feel like they're like
Well, I'll give you anything if you get one in the top 10.
okay, Adam.
No, you beefed it.
Mike.
What about the women?
Okay, women. Sarah.
Dude, Sarah's on there fucking twice. Once with a H and once without a H.
Hell yeah.
So you
20
regained your honor.
points.
Yeah. They're not exciting. Although
Like is Mike one of them?
Michael, I guess, is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gabriel is higher than Mike somehow.
come on.
Not that exciting. Most attractive users, star signs, not that exciting. Fastest growing interest in 2024. I think that's one you can get your teeth into.
Fastest growing interest in 2024. I mean, this is where I get mad because 9 times out of 10 it's stupid bullshit.
Well,
Like-
I will tell you, number 3 is playlists, which
It's not an interest.
that's not fucking interest. Like,
It's
what are you
not-
doing,
it's
Tinder?
nothing. I mean, like one year it was like sushi or something fucking stupid like that. It was like sashimi or like something dumb. Fastest growing
Okay.
interest. Is this like a top 10 list?
It's top 5, but they're all really boring and generic. So we're going to go with the fastest growing bio mentions instead. These are ones that are more like
Bio
Juicy.
mentions. Okay,
Yeah.
these are like words that are being used.
words that are being used, but like you might, like sushi could be one of them, for example.
Traditional.
Traditional. No.
Really? Values?
Nope.
Come on. Okay. I'm trying to think of like
One is going to be really obvious, I think. One, when I say it to you, you're going to be like, of course.
right. Of course.
I don't know if it's obvious that you'd think it.
Political.
Like, what's a...
political?
There is blue, which I think could be political.
Blue.
Blue is weird.
Okay, just give me. I'm never gonna guess these things.
Oh, well, what's a common like hobby this year that it just weirdly like came out of nowhere?
Common
Everyone's obsessed with.
Hobby that everyone is obsessed with.
It's a very typical like millennial fucking like we're all doing it.
Fuck. My mind
Pickleball.
blanks when this kind of things happen. Trivia.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Okay.
Pickleball is number 1 with 148% added interest. I do love the Freak is number 2 with 118. Deserve is number 3.
Deserve.
People deserve shit, you know?
They deserve a freak to play pickleball with.
Hey, I fucking get behind that.
I don't even know what fucking pickleball is.
It's like weird tennis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just bad weird tennis.
Bad weird tennis. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just a new twist on tennis that everybody started doing for some reason.
All right. When I hear pickleball, I think of wiffle ball, which is
I think it's kind of similar.
it wiffle ball? Is
I
it
don't know
wiffle
what wiffle
ball?
ball
No, I'm
is.
thinking tether ball. I'm thinking of the thing where the ball on the string.
It's not
and
that. It's not
fucking
that.
smack around. That's why I was like, the fuck's going on?
All right, top TV shows. This one, that's got some gristle for you.
The restaurant one. The Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else. Nope.
The Bear?
Yes, number
Okay.
2 is The Bear.
Really, Vanderpump Rules isn't on there.
No, is that current right now though?
Vanderpump Rules, I believe, this year was the year of Scandival,
I
which
don't
is
fucking know,
it was a huge thing, and I only know this because my partner has recently got into Vanderpump Rules, and I caught a glimpse of this, but it was one of the main cast members cheated on his like wife or girlfriend, and it was like a huge thing that they literally picked up filming while they were like on break to film this happening in like real time of like this dude's life collapsing and like everyone, and then it became a whole thing of like people who were standing by him like lost a bunch of shit. Like he's a musician, and the whole thing happened, and it became like full like news coverage of it. So I'm surprised that I mean they're all out of jobs now. Like, the show's canceled, or I think they're like restarting with a whole new cast because all of them are.
They're like,
so
these guys are
fucked.
too big scumbags.
Yeah, like it just got so bad for so many of them. One of them is like apparently a like confirmed but unconfirmed like abusive partner. And they
like, I don't want to be an asshole, but they all seem like scumbags, so I'm not exactly surprised.
no, I mean this is the thing is like I watch it and like I hear people talk about it, and even my partner will talk about it at times too, and I'm just like none of these people sound like I'm not heartbroken that they don't have a platform anymore. Like none of them particularly
they're awful,
sound.
and it's a lot of people do idolize them, which is weird.
Well, so when I was in Vegas, we went to the one of the Vanderpump restaurants, and you can tell that literally everybody working there is treating
Just
it like
trying to.
an audition. Like everyone is in sort of like, now I no shade to this person. They looked incredible, but our host who sat us had like this big, like, oversized jacket on their shoulders and like was ready to go. I don't think I've ever seen someone so put together at a restaurant in my life.
I want you to get a job here and just like have the producers be fascinated with this like surly guy who just wants to do his job and not be on camera, because
Doesn't
that
give
would
one single shit.
1000% be who they fixate on for the entire series. It would just be like some mad shit, and then they cut to you and you'd be like, fucking run your drinks.
Yeah, get someone. What do you mean espresso martini extra creamy? What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah. What do you know the show One Day? Apparently it's the top show.
I've never heard of it. I've heard of 1 Week, which was a Joshua Jackson movie from like the 2000s.
Yeah, Love Island's there, Love is Blind, The Circle, Too Hot to Handle, The Golden Bachelor, which honestly is so fucking funny. If you haven't seen, I've never seen the show.
Bachelor?
It's super old Bachelors, and it's like I've only seen clips, and the show probably maybe it's great. I don't know. It's so fucking funny. Because, like, at the start, when they're, like, introducing to the mansion, there's just all these, like, real, like, dads who are like, oh, look at the molding on the fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh,
The ground
they're all, like,
molding.
they're, like, checking the pipes, and they're like, no, you gotta, and they're, like, not interested in the woman at all. And then they're, like, too old to get in bunk beds. And it's so good.
Why would they put them in bunk beds?
Because they're evil, because it's reality TV show.
Cruel.
Okay, I think we'll probably end with this one because the rest are kind of weird. We might run through the other ones, but what's the top movie, Dane? No, this one got me. This one I think is wild and upsetting.
Top movie. It's got to be Sonic 3.
Dude, why would I be upset by that?
Because you haven't seen any of them.
It's true. I started watching the first one. Sonic isn't even on there, so I don't know what that says about the world.
Obviously not correct. Obviously still wrong 4,000 people. Top movie. Trying to think what came out this year.
If you get this, I would be so horrified for you.
Long Legs?
No, it's not Long Legs.
Did that come out this year? I don't know.
I think it came out this year.
I don't know. Hit me.
Joker 2. Sorry, Joker 2. Or
Part
Joker 2?
deux.
Folie 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Why? Why?
Is that the most popular? Or is that what people are talking about? Like, what is the? I don't understand how they get this information. Like,
I assume it's in bio.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, who's putting in their bio? Like, is this
love Joker 2?
I'm looking for my Harley Quinn, specifically the one that is played by Lady Gaga in like critically acclaimed, super popular, incredible
super
movie.
Bombed, everyone hates movie.
Have you? Speaking of this, I think I've talked about this already before about Craven.
Did you find his stats?
Have you seen the clip of? It's a real clip, as far as I know, of someone coming in and telling the guy who plays the Rhino, he killed all the men, he killed your boys, and it's this guy again. He's not a beefy guy, he's just a little skinny guy. presumably why he turns into the rhino, and he literally makes a noise that I can only describe as frustrated, mentally ill child on like Xbox Live, like almost like a full closed mouth screech. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is absolutely one of the craziest things that I could ever imagine. A director sitting there filming this. This happens,
Being like,
and he
this is
says,
it.
Cut print, baby. We got it in one. Let's wrap it up. Moving on.
So
Because
we're doing
it's-
a Red One Craven watch party, right?
Oh, please.
Which one first?
Craven. It's got to be Craven. Because yeah,
Joker. Sorry.
no, I will talk about Craven forever. I haven't even seen
Joker
it.
Folie à Deux is number 1. Wicked number 2. Sure. Challenger's number 3. I get it. It's sexy at least, right?
Challengers at least makes sense, right? Like you can make
Yeah.
you can and Wicked, I understand. Great. It's a cultural phenomenon.
Also, like Wicked 1, it's great too. It's like you kind of get to show you're not toxically masculine, right? If you're down
Well, we
with a
don't know.
musical with 2, female leads and Ariana Grande and blah blah blah, like it's a pretty good green flag, I think.
If men are talking about it, we don't know the stats.
But I'm
of-
saying if it's this popular, no pun intended. Dune 2, Inside Out 2, Twisters is higher than Deadpool and Wolverine. Think about that.
I just don't know. I don't know who's writing about
Hey.
Twister.
Hey, just think about that.
I don't want to.
Other than that, we got top communication styles, boring. Top sports, pickleball is 9, tennis is 1. Weird. Top sports teams, neither one of us could give a shit about that.
Nope.
Top beauty and wellness trends is funny because the first one is mental health, and that's great. But number 9 is clean girl.
Clean
what
girl.
does that mean?
Yeah, I mean,
We like
I feel
it.
like at this point in time we're so old and so removed from the dating sphere that we couldn't even begin to guess what any of this means.
Top social causes. Number 1 is war.
I mean,
Now that's weird. Do they support it?
yeah, I assume that's a Middle East conflict
Yeah, no.
correlation.
I will say skydiving is number 8 in top date activities.
I hate this
And I'm
shit.
just going to go ahead and say not a single person has gone skydiving
No.
ever on a date.
No,
Like,
I mean,
at least not first date,
Yes.
second date, third date, right? And if you have, cool, you're rich. Well done.
yeah.
So that shouldn't be on the list. That doesn't count.
No, and that's kind of what I feel about like all of these things, where it's like I feel like none of these things, I don't think this is accurate information whatsoever.
Probably not.
But who am I to argue with Tinder?
Yeah, I will say some final things are, do you know the term loud looking?
Mm-mm.
It's that singles this year are ditching the vague and getting vocal and specific about their needs and desires confidently and unapologetically, which is good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm down. But nearly 40% of singles say astrology love predictions will likely shape their dating choices in 2025. And Virgos, Geminis, Leos, Scorpios, and Sagittariuses received the most likes on Tinder
Well.
in 2024.
That me, baby. You're
Yeah,
also
me
Sag,
too.
aren't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. Obviously.
Just hot boys.
Obviously.
We get it. And that's pretty much it. That's what I got for Tinder.
Yeah. Cool. So as Niall dove into the online dating world, I dive into the online
fapping world.
fapping world. The wild world of pornography, specifically Pornhub. And now there are some things in here that I don't think should be surprising.
Read aloud.
Well, there's a lot of things we do on the show that shouldn't be done out loud.
Most of it.
There are 2 social media trends, specifically TikTok, that have influenced the porn watching.
Huh. Okay.
One, I will say, is a phrase.
Hawktua.
Yes, Hawktua.
Okay.
Hawktua is up there. That has contributed to a 10 million searches for Hawktua,
Damn.
and has seen a rise in spit on dick at a 233% increase of searches. Spitting and sloppy blowjob about 30% increase.
But like, I love the way I would be hard pressed to find a blowjob that doesn't have that.
It's especially in porn. Like that is
that's why we're talking about porn. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. It's
Yeah,
like it's not like you'd have to search that out, but evidently people into it.
yeah.
Could they have gotten sloppier?
The thing I found when watching or reading these over the years is I think a lot of people approach porn in a far more fantastical way than I do, right? I go to porn because I'm horny and want to make myself come.
Yeah.
I don't watch porn in order to facilitate a fantasy that I have and like have an out of body experience and try to like live what's the word I'm looking for?
Like vicariously
Yeah.
through.
I think it
I
seems
don't
like
I don't
that-
really look for things when I go to
right.
porn.
That's what I'm saying.
I
is
go
like,
and I like
the
I'll
first
be like,
couple
all right.
videos you see, you open a couple tabs of things that might interest
Yeah.
you. Maybe you go a page or two deep, but like
exactly.
I don't know. I don't go on and be like, I work with a woman who's redhead and about 5'6". Like I don't try to
Yeah.
find like a specific.
Redhead, not into me. I'm kind of weird every time we work together.
Yeah, right.
Hit send.
But it seems like for a lot of people who do
Mm-hmm.
consume porn, especially sort of like the general swath, it seems like that is what porn is used for, which is interesting to me.
I thought you were saying the general swamp. I was like, yeah, that's a good way to describe the public.
Hey, once I get into like the top searches per state, we'll start talking about swamps.
Yeah. Okay. So the other one is
So the other one
phrase.
is a phrase, a very famous phrase that was used all over TikTok. It's very strange. It's a very strange thing to sort of like translate from this to porn.
Okay. I have no idea. Hawktool was the phrase for me.
This is demure and mindful.
I should have guessed, even though porn is not what I think of.
So-
who looks at this bullshit trend and then goes, yes, I need porn of that.
This is what I'm saying. There's like a thing of like people looking to. So demure searches rose 133%. Mindful pleasure up 112%. Mindful jerk off instruction 87%, and mindful sex 72%. We also saw rises in modesty, traditional sex, traditional clothes, and modest MILF all rose in. And then we
I
also
love
saw
that
things
band.
of simple sex, authentic sex, real, authentic couple, ethical porn, and respectful sex all shot up.
Okay.
With
I'll take
ethical
that.
porn and respectful sex being the highest. Ethical porn went up 92%.
That's good.
Which is
I would love to know, is that related to the mindfulness? Probably not.
yeah, I don't know. It's weird that it's grouped up together, but it's interesting to see that like there's a growing trend of people being like, I don't want, and they talk about it later, of the fact that creators are now sort of in power and in charge of creating their own content. It's not studios being like, this is what men want, this is what people want. We're gonna just like churn you out, like make content based on what's always worked. Now that like women specifically are in charge of like their OnlyFans profiles and their Pornhub profiles, they're making content that they want to make, and it's very obvious that this is content that other people want to watch.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting.
It's a good shift, you know?
Yeah. There's other things that kind of popped up. There's, I don't think you'll guess these things, but obviously hentai still top 4 years in a row. Hentai top
So-
of the game.
I was going to start guessing because there's always like specific hentai to a cultural thing, right? And I feel like Arcane was a huge animated show.
That might come up later in like the video game section.
Okay.
But in terms of hentai, it's just realistic animated, gay animated, and Rule 34 animated.
Sure.
So
No change there.
Yep. Do you remember there was a big sporting event that happened that influenced?
Pickleball champions.
No, some might say the biggest sporting event that
Super Bowl?
happens globally.
Olympics?
That's correct. Going
fair.
for the gold, the Olympics. We saw sex Olympics, nude Olympics, athlete, gymnastics, swimmer, and volleyball all popped off. And then
You
we
know,
also
you're
saw
like, not only do you get to be the peak of your fucking like sporting world, but you also just make the people horny. Good job.
super horny.
I
and then
appreciate.
during the games, Paris, France, and French were the top searches
Weird.
in terms of country, language, and city. And finally, we have another show phenomenon. I don't know if you watched it. I certainly didn't because it's not my thing. But The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I think, is that the name of the show?
Okay, yeah, I think so. No, I haven't watched it. That was
Yes. So if you're unfamiliar, it's a television show about a group of Mormon influencers who got caught in a sex scandal that made international headlines. And because of it, we saw a huge spike in, that's where the trad wife stuff all came up. Modest wife, cuckold wife, wife swap. But then we also saw a rise in Mormon wife, Mormon sex, Mormon missionary, and Mormon threesome. So that was the thing.
the poor like porn actors coming into work and being like, "What are we doing today? You're Mormons." God damn it.
Yeah, you're the super hot Mormons. Good luck. So once again, hentai took the top searched spot 4 years in a row. Not much has changed. I feel like these are all kind of mainstays. MILF, Pinay, lesbian and anal, holding the top 5 as usual. I don't think it's important to talk about porn stars, although they really sort of like big upped the top porn star with a nice little thing. Now, I do say under amateur models, within the top like 10 is a channel called No Lube and a channel called Porn Force. Which don't really sound like amateur models, but I guess they are.
No Lube sounds bad. Porn Force sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Are they going to be in Marvel Rivals next year?
Porn Force sounds like something Trump would put together on a government.
Yeah, it's to stop people releasing the videos of what he did in Russia.
So it's interesting. Once we get into the searches of per state.
Okay.
So a lot of people are into themselves, which is one of the things. Nevada searching for Vegas, Arizona searching for Navajo, New York searching for Turkish, which apparently has the second largest number of Turkish residents in the U.S., and New Jersey was searching for Iranian, which also has a large Iranian population.
Who knew? Not me.
California sneaking in there. Friend's mom, big. There's a big
Damn,
Stacy
right.
mom population.
Yeah, real 90s classic coming
in
back.
California. Now, Wisconsin switched things up. Last year, swingers. This year, pee.
Wisconsin, you little freaks.
Oregon also almost 180. Last year, nudist. This year, they're going,
clothing fuck?
well, what is the most clothed you could be?
Hijab?
No, think a little more covered, fully covered. No visible human body part.
Furry?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Went complete opposite from Missouri, however. Missouri's got something going on, and I think we should talk to them about it, because Missouri's, as Pornhub states in their breakdown, Missouri couldn't get enough grandma. So I don't know if there's
Missouri.
an aging population in
You
Missouri.
know what? Missouri's holding it down for our golden queens, and we love it.
Well, maybe it's not the population that's getting older. Maybe the older population is getting hotter. So the young folk are out and about, and they're like, God damn, look
What
at
if
that.
Missouri has like really invested in their retiree
Their
yoga
elderly
classes
care.
or whatever, right? Yeah. What if they're just Palladying it up? They've got a fucking reformer class going that's government mandated. Ooh,
Mildred just walking around in her fucking
more like
Lulus.
Milfred, Gilfred. What if your friend's mom? What if your friend's really old and their mom's a granny?
Yeah. Those are the sort of like the funny things in it. Connecticut, super into queefing.
Damn.
And
Connecticut.
Maine can't get enough hairy bush.
Cool. I want to know what Toronto's into.
I would love like a Canada breakdown, because I promise you that the prairies would be incredibly
shit.
racist.
Mad shit.
So bad.
Yeah, that's what that's why they can't release the Canada ones.
Yeah. I'm not going to bother breaking down the time spent. That's not all that interesting. When do you think the horniest time of the year was? This was the peak time when the most amount of people
Valentine's
were
Day?
jerking off. No, you would never get this. This is just like a random
Thanksgiving.
No, it's
June 12th.
I mean that's closer. It's August 27th at 10 p.m. Pornhub saw its spike in.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe a long weekend? Is that a long weekend for people? What day of the
I'm
week
looking
was
it
that?
up. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
I can't read that. What just comes up first?
Okay. Well,
It's pretty bad.
that's not great.
If I look, well, I'll read it. You can cut it if you want. When I read the first response to August 27th, USA 2024 is armed conflicts and attacks in the Israel-Hamas war, Israel incursions in West Bank.
Yeah, I don't think
So I
that's.
hope that's not it.
I don't think that's getting people hot.
Just shitty people.
Yeah. What do you think America's most? Or no, sorry. What do you think Canada's most viewed category is?
Oh, you have it?
Yep.
Trudeau wig. No, Canada. Fuck.
It's boring. It's real boring. Think the most boring.
That's missionary.
No, think a little.
Doggy.
Think like what 14-year-old boys would get on and search
Anal.
for.
Big
That's
tits,
actually
anal.
That's actually Russia. Russia cannot. It's very funny because Russia is like the biggest country on the thing. So there is just a huge country that just says anal.
Nice.
It's lesbian.
Okay. Hey, we're holding it down. What is Ireland? Do you have Ireland there?
Ireland. No, it's too small to.
God damn it.
That whole sort of like section of the world just says French.
Okay.
So I guess maybe the proximity to France, a lot of that area of the world was just.
Well, they're just really into the Olympics, apparently.
Yeah. Let me swap through. I don't think there's anything else too terribly exciting. Puppy Girl taking it home for most viewed trans performers.
Okay. I thought that was going to be a search, and I was like, what does that mean? And do I want to know?
Women loving the scissoring.
Cool.
Uh-oh, I just fucked up. Oh, here's the thing that interested me. Generational tastes. They break down sort of what Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen X, and Boomers are looking at.
Okay.
Gen Z, which is our young generation, they're doing some weird shit because Gen Z isn't looking at porn on Pornhub.
Okay. They're
Gen Z
watching like pirated movies on there.
Kind of. Gen Z is going on there to watch gaming streams, music, safe for work, and podcasts.
Should we start putting our fucking podcast on?
Maybe.
Hey, we definitely should, because also our titles are going to get searches. Take them out to Pusstown?
Yeah.
We finally found our place where they're not going to fucking
I didn't
restrict
realize
us.
that was a thing that you could do, but perhaps we've tapped into a market that we didn't know about.
I'm genuine. Let's do this.
Yeah. Other Gen Z searches included vertical video. Fucking nerds, man. Gen Y was female, male, male, tattooed women, parody, popular with women, romantic. Our sweet millennials, compilations. We just
Sweet
needed
millennials.
We needed it all. Role play, feet, blonde, fisting, ebony threesome. Boomers looking at strap on, gangbang, double penetration, hand job, BBW, vintage, looking for the glory days. And I think that's the end of the interesting stats. The rest is browser and stuff. Thankfully, it doesn't look like anyone's using their Switch for porn anymore, which is
That's
good.
so upsetting. We've lost a cultural touchstone.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Harley Quinn still topping the list. No.
I guess fully a duh, right?
Yeah. No Jinx or anything up here.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have
It's
thought
League of Legends,
because I
right?
tried to think League of Legends. Okay. Wait, isn't that Arcane?
It's way down. So the things that beat League of Legends are Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Pokemon, Overwatch, Minecraft, Resident Evil, and then League of Legends.
Correct me if I'm wrong. No Resident Evil came out this year.
A remake might have.
God damn. Also, Minecraft?
Minecraft
Look,
is crazy. That's
I'm gonna
probably the
look up-
fucking Gen Xers or Gen Zers.
I'm going to look up Minecraft porn after this because I have to.
Yeah.
I have to know what it is. What's it about?
I'm trying to see if League of Legends Jinx is like way down there. She's like towards the bottom.
Okay. Where's my
And
boy
that's-
Sonic?
Sonic. Is Sonic on the list? Let me just take a look.
Or
at-
because the new movie is its shadow.
Sonic is there. He's about sort of like he's top 10 for sure.
We're weird. And by
Yeah.
that I mean humans, not us. We also are, but
Yeah. That's it. That's
Cool.
our reviews. Thank you very much for listening. I think.
Well, you know what? It's been a great year, and I think it is going to be an even better year next year. If you'd like to help
For
us, have an
us,
even better
hopefully.
year.
Probably not in general. I don't know if that's the energy
Hey.
I want to bring, but
I'm always going to be hopeful that it'll get better
it's true.
because hope isn't based on realism necessarily. No, I hope it'll be better somehow for all of us in general. I think we can all do wonderful things if we get together as people, and maybe next year, if things are bad, we just come together more. You know?
I think that's a great sentiment. I think the thing that I've learned over the past couple of years is that we as individuals, I don't think have much of an opportunity to make massive change.
Yeah.
But what you can do is make the choice to make what you can better.
Yeah.
Your friends, your loved ones, a stranger's day. Like those are the things that we have tangible ability to change.
Yeah.
Right? So say something nice about a friend you know who's having a hard time. Help a stranger with a door. Help someone take their stroller off the bus. Help someone with groceries. Like, do things for the sake of being good and without the hope of repayment.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think really how we're going to survive. One, as a species, and two, as individuals.
Yeah, and on top of that, as a group, we can get a lot done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we decide to protest, when we decide to boycott things, when we decide what we support, you know what I mean? So if there are positive voices, throw your support behind them, share them, like promote them, and help that kind of be more prevalent, because like if hate is all we see, hate's going to grow.
Yeah.
If we share love, love will grow. If we,
The
we
seeds
could
that
do a
get
lot
watered are
together.
the ones that grow.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly.
and
So
that's something to remember.
yeah, we love you guys. It's gonna be a good year. Thank you for making this year great for us. And you know how to make it even more great, and that's by sharing, telling a friend, reviewing us, listening, re-downloading every episode multiple times per day, and
Breaking
joining
terms
us on
of service
Patreon.
on all streaming platforms for us.
Yeah, streaming us on Pornhub in a week when Dane puts us up.
I'm tempted to kind of like look and see if there is a way to like link your
definitely.
RSS feed.
Let's check it out.
Otherwise, we'll just start recording again and doing a video and being like, here it is.
Yeah, why not?
Why
I've always
not?
wanted to be on Pornhub.
Yeah.
I haven't, actually. All right, well, we love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy New Year. We love you.
We love you.